Hey, welcome back. This is Tom at Sales Made Easy. Tom at salesmadeeasy.com. Please give me an email. Please drop a note. I'd love to hear some stories about prospecting from other people. I want to talk a little bit about prospecting, but I'd love it if you shared with me a story you got about prospecting. Today, I want to talk about prospecting, but I'd like you to really take one of these things and just think about it. Maybe try it, but at least think about it. Give it some thought. Because one of the things I always journal every morning is one question. What do I believe to be true that if it was false would change how I do business? It's an interesting question to journal every morning because it makes me try to think differently about things. And one of those things is prospecting. What if I believe that everybody wants to talk to me and needs to talk to me? How would that change if everybody waiting in line for my phone call just so they could talk to me and see if I could help them? What would that do for you? So there's a couple of things I want you to think about prospecting, okay? There's three things that I think we can work on. Number one, you've got to do to be successful at prospecting. Not everybody is qualified to do business with you at this time. Think about that. Not everybody is supposed to be your customer, right? Not everyone is qualified. Not all of them have the money. Not all of them have a need to change. So if we think about that, not everybody is qualified to be your customer. That gets me the second thing I got to think about, right? Because it's all about how you think about prospecting. The second thing is prospecting is simply sorting out people who are not qualified to do business with me. That's it. It's not trying to get appointments. I'm sorting out people that should not be talking to me. It's a sorting job. And three, if I make 100 calls and I only get one appointment, that should be a great job, right? You sorted all the people out. So here's what I want you to think about, right? The fourth thing is go for the no. Stop going for the yes. Go for when you're prospecting, if you're trying to get everybody to see you, you're going to get a lot of lies. You're going to get a lot of people saying, I'm not the right person. You're going to get a lot of that garbage. But if you go for the no, reward yourself. If you made 10 calls today and 10 people told you, no, I'm not interested in doing business with you, reward yourself because you had 10 quality conversations. You think about it. They didn't say maybe. They didn't say send me literature. They didn't say call me next month, which are all wishy-washy things. They said, no, I'm not interested in doing business with you. So I want you to get that in your head. In your head is not everyone's qualified to do business with you. It's a job of sorting, not trying to get appointments. Change how you think about prospecting. Number two, the second thing I want you to do is change how you behave. And what I mean is, what behaviors are you going to put in place? So what I want you to do, and this is the key, is I really want you to prospect when you don't need to prospect. See, too often we're prospecting when my funnel is empty. I got to get some business. So who's desperate? We are. So we're begging people, please let me talk to you. Can I pop in for 5 minutes? The second thing that happens when you behave this way, when you're putting this behavior when you don't need it, is you'll ask better questions because you don't have time. You don't have time to play games. So you're going to ask much better questions. And the third thing you'll do is you'll set a much better contract for your first appointment because you do not have time. Your funnel is full. You're taking this extra prospect on when you don't have time. So you're going to ask better questions. You're going to set a better upfront contract for your appointment. And you're not going to be wasting time. So number one, get your head straight. Number two, when do you do prospecting? And number three, the third thing I want you to think about is your skill set. So I want you to try something different. Try a different way to prospect. Whatever you normally say, try something different. Get braver. Ask better questions. Get questions you want to directly ask to somebody and say, boy, if someone would just answer these three questions the first time I call them, it'd make my life easier. Write down those questions and say it to somebody. Say, hey, listen, you hate doing this. I hate doing this. I've quickly found out if I can ask you two questions and you can give me note about those questions, I'll quickly find out if we're wasting each other's time. How are you going to be different? The other thing I want you to do, don't let voicemail stop you. Too often we let voicemail stop us. Hey, if I get a voicemail, I hit 0, I go back to the operator. I go, hey, look, I was calling Bob. I got his voicemail. Is he in? Don't let voicemail stop you. So, other thing I want you to think about is hunt, right? So if I'm dialing your extension, you're not there, or I get your voicemail, I'm going to dial a different extension and say, hey, is Bob there? I've got his voicemail. I'm going to peck around. So the 3 things I want you to think about is change the way you think about prospecting, right? It's a job of sorting. It's a job of getting rid of people that should not be talking to you at this point in time. 2, I want you to change when you prospect. Prospect when you don't need it. Your whole mindset will be different. And 3, change what you're saying to people. Don't sound like all the other salespeople. Be different. Whatever a salesperson's saying, stop saying it. So that's it for today. This is Tom at Sales Made Easy. I hope that helps you in your prospecting. Those 3 simple things. And we'll see you next time at Sales Made Easy. Tom at salesmadeeasy.com. I'd love to hear from you. Email me. I'll email you back. Promise.